Hi guys, how are you? Bricks Nostalgia here. Today we're going to review another very iconic Lego set from the early 90s. The set is set number 4543, the flatbed wagon with digger. I never had this set when I was a kid, but I do remember spending a lot of time looking at it on the catalog, due to the very high level of playability that I could recognize already back in the days looking at this picture. So let's get straight into it. It comes basically, the set is a combination of two things, one flat wagon on one side and a digger on the other. I'm gonna call this digger. I don't know exactly what the English name for it is. For the sake of the video I'm gonna say digger. There's plenty of names in internet for me to understand which one the most appropriate is supposed to be. Let's get started with it. Okay, so with regards to the digger, yes, this is a very nice build. I like it a lot. It follows the standard design for this type of builds in the early 90s. It looks very good, and it has also quite a few features to it that makes it a very good set for a kid. You can split these whole thing in two sections. You have here the main one which is the main tractor with both front and back bucket. Also there's lots of moving parts related to it that allow tons of playability. There's also this little feature on the back where you can move these hinges down in order to allow the build to anchor to the ground for better stability when you're using the arm on the back. Now the funny thing is that actually, I don't know if you can see, but these parts are not reaching the ground. I had a look at the instructions, and the build is presented like that. I think it was just an imperfection from the designer that back in the days didn't realize about it. However, not a big deal, because you can fix things very easily just adding an extra 1x1 plate on each of these sides. There is one more feature that I would like to point out about this build, is that if you open the roof, you will see that in the cabin section you're gonna find both a steering wheel on the front, but also some levers here on the back. And the reason why I'm pointing this thing out is that I didn't have this set when I was a kid, but I had a very similar one, which was the one that you can see here in this picture, and the same feature is present in this set. And I do remember when I was about 8 years old and building this set and playing with it, that these couple of levers struck a nerve in my mind, as it was a little detail that got a lot of my attention. I'm just pointing out as maybe the same happened to some of you out there back in the days. With regards to this second part, I don't know exactly how to call this whole thing. I'm gonna call it trailer with how do you call this, with a tipper bucket on top of it. And it's a very basic, very easy build. What I like a lot is that has this very nice feature of having this 1x1 plate with a clip here that allows you to keep it on a straight line when the whole thing is on its own. And it also has, as you can see, some more clips here to hold some tools for the minifig, and a couple of hinges here that allow you to move the bucket in case you want to get rid of the content of it. So It's a very nice build with lots of features, with lots of detail that I really think make this a very high quality build for the set. With regards to the flat car, it's a big flat car, it's 28 studs long. I really like it. It's very simple, but it has this 90s flavor to it that I really like. Also because even if it is very simple, there's still some interesting details to it. For example, it was built using these pieces over here that allow for a lot of texture to be added to it. There's more texture here in these, both on the front of the back, as these modified pieces have been used to put the whole thing together. And it has these, also I like the front here, that is a bit different from many other builds. It's in red and it uses very unusual pieces compared to the standard ones that are used to fill up this gap that is between the wheels on the bottom of wagons. And it has these very nice wheels from the 9-volt era that I really like a lot, as they have these very interesting details and extra texture to it that makes them a lot more good looking compared to the 12-volt era. It was also necessary to use these pieces over here in order to create the flat the sides of the wagon, because otherwise the tractor on top of it wouldn't have fit. As you can see, the space matches perfectly between I mean that the excavator, once it's put on top of the flatbed, takes all the space available. So very nice. It's a great it's really a great set with lots of playability. It was a very well thought and very well designed. I hope I made it you've seen the train, my 4563 9-volt train running with it attached to it. I really think it looks great, and I'm very happy I managed to put together this set. Actually, I have to say before I leave you that I didn't buy this set. This set is quite expensive if bought on its own. I find it on sale very rarely, and I remember the last time that it was on sale a few months ago on eBay. It was sold for £30 plus postage. Not really willing to spend so much money just for one wagon, so I managed to put this together pretty much with all the pieces I already had available in my collection, while I just had to mainly buy the flat train base, these pieces over here, to put together the rest. I already had some wheels and magnets available, so this part didn't cost me anything, and I think I got the whole set together for roughly £15, I would say, so half the price. I don't have any box or instructions, but doesn't matter, it's not really an important thing to me. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, as there's going to be a lot more coming over the next few weeks. Okay, thank you very much, bye bye.